pursuit that only started about 5 minutes ago, and this suspect has already TC'd. And let's see what way he goes. Paxton is just south of the 118 freeway, and he's making another turn here, a southbound turn onto Arleta Avenue. And at this point, it's also unclear. A red light coming up there, but it's going to turn. It's also unclear how many people may be in the vehicle. He is in fact coming up to the light, setting up here for a left-hand turn onto Woodman Avenue. Woodman is actually a street that he has been on before, what is called surveillance mode, to try to keep the suspect to slow his roll, calm down in the way he is driving. At this point, again, it doesn't seem to be working too well. He's continuing to drive at high speeds. Let's see what happens as he comes up to the light. He's gonna go with the flow of traffic here. He's gonna make the turn. Continuing westbound here, coming up to a busy intersection there, is going to just swerve around the vehicles that were waiting for the light there. Putting the brakes on here as he comes up to the intersection. I believe he's going to have a red light coming up, but he's going to turn before he gets there. Nope, he decided against it. Now, wrong side of the road here on Nordhoff, and you have the units on the ground who are also behind this suspect. Coming up to a busy intersection here at Nordhoff and Lindley is going to make a southbound turn. That is a left-hand turn there onto Lindley Avenue. He's south of Cal State Northridge. Green light coming up, and he's going to turn. So he's going to turn here, coming up to Wilbur Avenue at approximately 35 miles an hour, and now making a southbound turn on to Wilbur. Winding up the shot just a touch. Oh, that was, so close. Oh my gosh. So close there on Sherman Way. They got units back behind him, and they put the night sun back on the suspect. And his driving has been pretty much the same ever since. Wrong side of the road here, back right side on the road. They believe that it is in fact just one person who is behind the wheel of this stolen car. The following quickly turned into a pursuit when the suspect failed to yield to authorities after they tried to pull him over once they realized that the vehicle was stolen. It's unclear how they realized it, though, whether they ran the plates and that's how they realized it. Coming up to Kantara Street in the Reseda area, but heading back into the Northridge area. And he may be turning here. And there he is, making an eastbound turn. They're still going to be in the area, but they're going to keep their distance, and the helicopter will keep his light off so that the suspect will essentially think that he is no longer being pursued and will slow his roll, making a turn here northbound on Balboa. Green light up ahead. There's the intersection. Let's see what he does, and sure enough, he's going to turn. This is now a pursuit that is a tracking mode only, surveillance only. There's another traffic stop there unrelated to the pursuit that is taking place here. And now the suspect is on the wrong side of the road on Nordhoff, coming up to Havenhurst. And again, really no reason for him to be on the wrong side of the road. It's just a matter of choice because his side of the road is actually wide open. So he's in traffic behind. Oh, there we go. Just collided with that white van and is going to keep going. He was heading eastbound when he collided with that white van and somehow was still able to keep going. His second collision during the course of this pursuit. Officers are asking for permission to re-engage in the pursuit. We may even catch a glimpse of that car that he crashed into, but he's going to turn before then. He's currently Nordhoff with a cross of Siege Rose, already collided twice, making a right-hand turn here onto Siege Rose. Slowing down here at Rayen and Siege Rose. Going to be turning. You have vehicles on either side of the street, and you have cars that are trying to make their way through as well. But now he's back on Tobias, which is a larger street. 30 miles an hour on Tobias with a cross of Nordhoff. Coming back up to the major here, which is Nordhoff. Wrong way. Okay, so wrong way. Let's see what he does here. Oh gosh. Oh, very close there, but has managed to get back on the right side of the road. It's really incredible considering that he's already crashed twice, and this vehicle continues to carry on as if it's got no issues. But now he's come to a stop. Come to a stop here, but is going to continue. So perhaps he was just trying to figure out what he was going to do. Coming back up to Rain, making a left turn here just behind this apartment complex, and I expected him to come back out here onto Cedros, and there he is, back at Cedros. So now he's made a loop around this same area. This is a residential area. You see what looks like a little taco stand there. He's handed something to that individual, it seems like. It looked, yeah, like he definitely handed something to that guy and not vice versa. And is now making a turn here on to Nordhoff from Cedros. Oh, there's the spikes. It looks like he managed to avoid that completely. So he saw that coming up, so he was able to dodge those spike strips there at Sepulveda with a cross of Nordhoff. Roscoe with a cross of Sepulveda. Ran the red there. The light is red. Is quite a bit of traffic and there's pedestrians. Oh, please, please stop. Thank God he did not collide with those pedestrians. This is at Sepulveda and Van Owen. Sepulveda and Van Owen. Fortunately, he did not hit any of them. Sepulveda with a cross of LeMay heading southbound. Wow, that was definitely the scariest moment of the pursuit, to say the least. Pulling into the Signature Plaza, looks like a shopping center here at Sepulveda with a cross of Haynes. You can see the suspect there is on his phone. Just going through the lot here. It doesn't seem like he intended to stop there. He's going to be making his way back out to Victory. Yeah, and you see the suspect there. This is probably the best visuals that we've gotten of the suspect. And it does appear to be, from my vantage point, it appears to be a male. The airship is going to stay overhead and continue to monitor where the suspect goes and what he does. He's currently turning here onto Irwin Street. And significant front-end damage to that vehicle after colliding twice. There you go. It turns out he's on the phone with police, and he has now told them that he will give himself up, and he has said that he will surrender at a intersection here in the area, a residential area, and he will turn himself in to them there. We'll see if he does. He already told them what intersection he is going to give himself up at. He's coming up here to Van Owen with a cross of Columbus and is going to merge with traffic here, using that middle lane to get by. Wrong side of the road here, and is turning back in here to a business, a little shopping area here. He's just on the other side of this building, so we should see him pop out here in just a moment. There he goes. It's unclear what he's trying to do, if he's just trying to find a spot. He has said that he will give himself up, so we'll see if this is his location of choice. And he's talking to this person, trying to wave them down. That vehicle just threw something at him. It's unclear what, though. The suspect waved him down, and then the other individual tossed an item at the suspect vehicle. But from my vantage point, I couldn't tell what it was. It was something awfully small. And this is at Van Owen with a cross of Sepulveda. He's just waiting to come out here of this shopping area. Going to be turning here onto Van Owen, attempting to make a right-hand turn. Let's see if he does go right though, instead of left. He does tend to go on the wrong side of the road at times. That was close. He's still signaling to this individual that is behind him in this work truck. So waiting to leave the shopping center here at Van Owen with the cross of Sepulveda. Units are being asked to stop the white van because he threw something at the suspect vehicle, so they need to figure out what he threw. Intersection of Van Owen and Sepulveda, and making a right-hand turn onto Sepulveda. There are no black and whites in the area, and the airship is really wide away from the pursuit, so technically the suspect should think that he is no longer being pursued. He doesn't see the black and whites behind him, and he doesn't see the light from the airship either. And he's getting uncomfortably close to this vehicle. It's unclear why. It's not the first time he's done it, too. He did it once before. So it's unclear what his intention is here. Sepulveda with a cross of Lanark under the tracks and coming out on the other side. Pulling into another parking lot, Roscoe and Sepulveda. He's trying to talk to someone here, signaling with his hand. There's this individual here in the white vehicle that the suspect has flagged down. Waiting here to come back out. Talking now to this individual who is standing on the sidewalk. And wrong side of the road here on Roscoe. No units are authorized to be behind the suspect vehicle, and the airship is staying wide with his night sun off so that the suspect will think that the pursuit is over, and hopefully he will slow down his speed. Orion is the street situated there next to that vehicle with its hazards on, and continuing here on Orion. Chase with the cross of Orion. A few people standing out here. He tends to talk to people when he does see them standing around, or he's even tried to flag down other vehicles. You have this group of individuals out here, so we'll see if he tries to engage them. This is the intersection of Chase and McLarkin. And you see that fella who was recording it for his social media as the suspect stopped to talk to him. Coming up to another couple here who is on an evening walk, unaware of what's going on, because again, there's no units behind this suspect, so it's you wouldn't know just by looking at the car that it is being pursued, because you're not going to see any units behind him, and you're not going to see the night sun overhead. So currently he's behind a tree here on Langdon, and I can kind of see him creeping up ahead. So creeping southbound here, we have this gentleman who is running next to him, just threw something at him. That Corvette had to slam on his brakes. Intersection of Roscoe and Langdon. He said he was going to surrender to authorities at a location that he selected, and he doesn't seem to be doing that because he's not heading to that intersection. Here at the intersection now, likely going to engage those individuals who are standing out on the sidewalk. And it looks like he actually handed something to that person. Not the first time that we've seen him do that. That bicyclist making his way here through the intersection. And it looks like the suspect may be lighting a cigarette. I can see a little bit of smoke. It does look like he is in fact smoking a cigarette, but it's unclear if that's what that individual just gave him. He's waiting for the light here, Sepulveda and Roscoe, and setting up to go northbound on Sepulveda from Roscoe. But he might change his mind in the middle of the intersection. Now this is really confusing, why he would try to do that. Oh, here we go. This vehicle is actually trying to block him, perhaps? Not advised if that's what this individual is trying to do. So the vehicle is going to continue northbound on Sepulveda. He'll likely try to catch up here, I'm sure. And there he is, already caught up to the suspect vehicle, Sepulveda, with a cross of Nordhoff. And I would strongly advise the person in that pickup to not run the red light here the way that the suspect is doing. Stay red here. Intersection of Sepulveda and Nordhoff with oncoming traffic. No units in the area. The airship is nice and wide, so the suspect should know that he is not being pursued based off of those factors. But he continues to drive erratically. Sepulveda with a cross of Nordhoff, and that blue pickup still directly behind him. The suspect is waving. You can see his hand there. Windshield wipers on for some reason. I do not see anything in the suspect's hand. The officers are actually concerned about whether he may have a gun, but I do not see one in his hand. Just kind of weaving in and out of traffic here. Nordhoff with a cross of Sepulveda, eastbound on Nordhoff. You see the pickup right behind him. At this point, the officers believe that's a civilian who is for some reason trying to intervene in this pursuit. His headlight actually turned back on somehow. One of the lights had gone out for a good while, for most of this pursuit actually. That seems to be back on. Intersection of Nordhoff and Noble. A little bit of exhaust there, but my pilot's going to give me a slight pedal turn so we can get rid of that. Approaching Van Nuys Boulevard, which is the major here. Just on the other side of this apartment complex, and he just made a southbound turn. Officers are asking if they are going to be authorized to pit. And we continue to have this vehicle follow the suspect. You see the police units that are now going to engage this pursuit. You see their lights on. The pit has been approved, so we may see that shortly, especially at these speeds. Tupper with a cross of Van Nuys. Why isn't he pulling off? The lights and sirens are on. He should be yielding. It almost looks like he's setting up to do a pit. The way that he approached the rear of the vehicle there. This is his chance to get away from the situation. He has followed the suspect vehicle long enough, and there you go, is pulling off there, but maybe trying to block the suspect now. So it looks like he's trying to get ahead of the suspect to box him in. But sir, your services are not necessary. The LAPD has this. They're ready to take this person into custody. They're ready to do a pit maneuver. They've obviously been trained. We need this pickup to just pull off this pursuit completely.